area. Good evening. I'm James Renshaw, and I'm coming to you from Waycross, Georgia. And I want to talk about my proposal for our project in this course. So, my proposal and my idea for my project comes from a deep interest in agricultural mechanics. Most of my time spent in ag education is sitting, thinking, dwelling on how can I make my agriculture mechanics courses better. And for the past couple of years, I've focused on helping students fine-tune their technical skills that will help them be great employees for a position in those areas. So that's what I mainly focused on. But I have seen in recent times a need for leadership skills to fit leadership positions that are becoming increasingly hard to find people to fill. And so my proposal, my project for this class is going to be to focus on training students and equipping them to fill those positions, fill those management positions that companies and the industry needs right now. I see a high demand for that, not only just for those introductory positions for like manual labor or whatnot, but also there is a deficit in people who possess qualities and skills for management positions. And so that's what I want to focus on. And with that, I have identified 3 areas that I want to build curriculum, lesson plans, and materials for to help improve or help a student learn skills that would benefit them and make them desirable for those positions. And so the first category that I want to build materials for is for technical skills. And so whenever I talk about technical skills, that is going to be your more mathematical applied skill areas. So knowing how to build a bill of materials that you would need for a project, as far as going through the planning stage of a specific project and identifying all the materials down to the number of fasteners that you may need for a project. And then from there, from having that bill of materials, giving me or building a budget for that project. And so that's what I am looking for whenever I talk about technical skills. So what I'll do is I'll have them come up with a project, or we will have a project together that I will set them on, and they will have to come up with those bill of materials and then give me a project budget for that. So that way they're not only just thinking about building the project, but thinking about the specifics of it, thinking about what all they are going to need to put this together without making 100 trips to a hardware store or making 100 requests from a supplier. And so that is the first thing that we're going to talk about with technical skills. The next set of skills that we're going to look at is going to be administrative skills. And that's one of the skills that I find that a lot of people lack, is the ability to manage a group of people and not micromanage them. And so I want to teach them to be more of a macro manager, where they are delegating tasks and delegating tasks to the employees that they would be over. And I think that's going to be one of the hardest ones that you would prepare a student for. And so one of the things I do want to focus on administratively is to work on their communication skills. I'm sorry, um, not necessarily that. That I'm thinking more of the leadership side. So with leadership skills, one thing I want to work on with lesson plans in that area, like I said, is working on their communication. That is a big thing that I see students need to work on, as well as current employees in workplaces. Just communication. There's a lot of lack of communication, and so I want to help them build their skills in that area. So learning how to convey what they are wanting in detail, because we've all been in that situation, or some of us have, where you're working at the house with your daddy or uncle, or maybe a person that you work for that's a neighbor, and you're working cattle with them, and y'all go out there with a rough plan, and pretty soon y'all are hollering at each other because neither one of y'all know the exact plan of what the other is wanting. And so that's what I want to work on, is how do they not only communicate what they want to get done to people that they are over, but know where their weaknesses are in that area, and know how to identify where they need to add details to communicate effectively. And so throughout this semester, I'm gonna work. That's another part of this puzzle and proposal that I plan to work on, is how do I build their communication skills. The last area that I was getting or mentioning prematurely was their administrative skills. And in that area, what I want to work on is their problem analysis and problem solving skills. So analyzing a problem and then tackling that problem in the best way that they know how. And of course, it's hard to effectively teach that, again, because that comes with experience. And so the one thing that I want to do with the content and with this lesson plan is to teach them how to continue to learn themselves. And so they've got to realize that problem solving, problem analysis comes with experience. It comes from making mistakes. A lot of times in my personal life, and what I've seen in others, is that we mainly learn through making mistakes. And so part of that lesson is going to be learning how to learn from your mistakes. So that is what I want to look at whenever we work on this project. And so my plan is to have an outline or a plan in place by mid-semester. And then in the second half of this course, I want to work on fine-tuning and developing the actual activities and curriculum that I would use to strengthen these skill areas. That is going to be my major areas I want to work on, and how I want to do that as far as the outline. So, like I said, I'm doing this because I have just seen a high need for skills for people in leadership. And I want to prepare students to be successful in those areas. And I really want to target those higher level students who may already master those technical skills that I teach in agricultural mechanics, who already know how to use a tape measure, who already are proficient with using the equipment used in the shop. I want them to take that knowledge and then apply it to an administrative position. So that way they are comfortable with assuming that role later in life whenever they are ready for that position. And so that is what I want to work on. If you have any questions, let me know. But that is a rough outline of what I plan to accomplish. So contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.